Over on a stream of Chainsaw Man. I'll be good to go. Most certainly are. So yes, actually, I'm covering today chapter 76 of Chainsaw Man, and as we know, holy shit, what is going on? That is the overall mood of this whole entire manga right now. I mean, were we expecting the Gun Devil? Bro, no. Not this early, at least. I thought we were gonna get him like at least 100 chapters in, but no, 75 chapters in. Just waltzes on in. What else is going on? Makima's just kind of like, by the way, yeah, I'm kind of evil. You're like, oh shit, that's happening. Like, she devil, bro. That's happening. What else is going on? Aki's just like, bruh, I'm very much just bruh right now. Angel Devil's just kind of like, bro, no, what are you doing? Denji's somewhere. He's vibing somewhere. Power, vibing somewhere. What else is there? What else is going on in this manga that we have to, like, yeah, man, too much is going on. Too much is going on right now. So, let's experience the next bra moment of this manga at this point. Oh, God. I was just, I thought something more was going on with Makima's whole entire time. I thought it just couldn't be that she was just like, oh, by the way, I'm Makima. There had to be more to it, and there was. Alright, I do believe with that we actually are good to go. We certainly are. So, let's actually begin. 76 actually is called Don't Open It, which is, oh, very telling. Mum, I'm going to play soccer. I want you home before dark, okay? Okay. Oh, hang on, kiddo. Use this to buy soft drinks with your friends. Awesome. Oh. I actually can't believe the actual Gun Devil took out Noda as well. Like, bro. So 3:18:22, the Gun Devil advances towards Makima. 3:18:23, Makima sights the Gun Devil at a distance of 500 kilometers. It's just kind of like, she's just kind of like, bruh, do you think that will stop me? That's just Makima is vibing on a completely different plane of existence. Everyone thinks to take it down, but they can't. Free 1824. The Gun Devil ability activation. Ability to fire a bullet through the heart of every living thing born in the months of January, February, March, May, June, August, September, November, or December, within approximately 1 kilometer confirmed. Bro. that's an ability. 3:18:25. The Gun Devil stops. Gun Devil ability activation. Gunfire towards Makima begins. Thanks, bro. Thank you, bro. 3:18:26. Makima prepares for ability activation. Makima's 29th recorded death. 29th recorded death, bro. She's died 29. Oh, I mean, we've seen her die once. Once, wasn't it? We've seen her die. It's been once that she's died, confirmed in the manga. Bro. Is that Volume 7's actual cover thingy? The brain halo, bro. It's, because Denji's kind of tied up via, yeah, bro. Oh, bro moment right there. Fujimoto, what's it mean, bro? Bro, what's it mean, though? 3:18:27. Bruh. Makima ability activation. Using the following abilities, Yutaro Kurose and Michiko Tendo's Mortem, Devil Contract, Punishment Devil, Akane Sawatari's Mortem, Devil Contract, Snake Devil, Aki Hayakawa's Mortem, Devil Contract, Future Devil, Angel Devil, Spider Devil. Bruh! Oh shit! I love the gun devil just there, like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Jesus Christ. Was it? So he's so they're actually they'd be, oh wow, that's actually kind of cool then. That's actually really cool. Not cool because he's dead, but cool because actually it's foreshadowing the entire thing. So Denji's been sleeping this entire time. 31828. Ah. Hey, he's finally home. Denji. Don't open it. Bro, you just can't end it there. Bruh. I'm not accepting the fate that this manga has now just left me on for 7 days. Bruh. Bruh. You can't just end it there. How can you just have Denji wake up, be like bra moment, and then end? Fujimoto, I'm having questions. I'm having a talk right now. What is happening in this manga anymore, bro? Oh yeah, Hayakawa Aki. Yeah, it's right there. I wonder if you will find. I wonder if you will find out. Angel Devil's real name as well. If that's the case, we don't. Do we actually know Angel Devil's actual real name? Right. So technically speaking, yeah. So the chains were also with the person that was with the Angel Devil originally. Wasn't it, as well? The chains were foreshadowed back in the previous chapter with the person... Oh yeah, chainsaw. So do we acknowledge now that the entirety of this manga actually was predetermined? Like, that there's no doubt, like, for me at least, that this is like, this whole entire manga has been set up by Makima, like, completely. Like, in essence, the events leading to when Makima meets Denji is essentially all predetermined. She knew that was going to happen. And then Denji was basically a pawn in the entire game, essentially. I think we've been saying that since like, yeah. I think we all kind of, yeah, we kind of, I don't think we actually acknowledged that. Yeah, we didn't originally think that it was an inside job because it's just happening, like, oh shit. But at least they're actually kind of doing for have confirmation that it was actually an inside job. It's just to wonder what did they know that we didn't know, essentially, unless this is actually what they knew. But also she has a portal power. She has a portal power. Like, dead ass, she's a portal power. That's actually kind of cool. But yeah, it's an interesting kind of development because essentially now, yeah, like now we understand, because now we understand about the whole thing with the control devil. Essentially, it's actually kind of like we can otherwise now understand like a lot of what's happened in this manga as well. Like, in essence, a lot of the previous events actually start to make sense because of the way she is as well. So that's one layer of the entire thing, because this basically does in theory change the entire perception of what they actually have on the entire manga, because nothing's actually kind of been in this manga so far has always been kind of like, okay, so why is it this way, and why has it always been like this? He always kind of questioned every single, like, detail. This is the confirmation, essentially. Her actually controlling everyone, her actually becoming the control devil, or is actually control devil, I should say, is essentially the confirmation that she is... Well, she orchestrated she orchestrated at least most of this manga. That's my philosophy, at least. Like, because I just don't know, because clearly now, with the entire thing, with how Denji's kind of, how Denji's, how Denji's tied up with the actual flesh on Volume 7, if I can find it, that is. That's a good point. Who is at Denji's door? That's a very good point, because, the only person I can think of is Kishibe. That's the only person I can actually think of. I don't think I saw Kishibe's name at all on the actual, or Kabeni. That's a good question. She's burst out of hell like, fuck, man. Hell was intense. So I actually go find Volume 7 of Chainsaw Man. Right. So. Let's just scoot this over here. So, can you actually see it? Right. So yeah, you can kind of see it. He's kind of well, I should probably go down a bit more. He's tied up via flesh. So, to that end, it's a hint. It's a hint that possibly this entire time Denji's been controlled. And everything that's actually kind of transpired in Chainsaw Man, to his whole entire point, is essentially an inside job, like by Makima herself. She knew what Denji wanted, because that was the entire brunt of the entire first half of the manga. The first half of the manga actually was a kind of like a, what's the word? It's a trivialization of the actual MC dream, because in the end, Denji realizes that it's basically just nothing. But then Makima gives him the sense of hope. That's what actually kind of is like the litmus test in a way. So, to that end, I imagine she's basically trivialized the entire thing more by actually literally controlling him via that, let's go back to chapter 71, alright. Can we do it on here? Or I'll pop over to Viz quickly. Actually spell Viz correctly, that is. I think I actually view 71 on here, because 71's too far back on Manga Plus. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, it's also hinted here as well. There's actually another hint here as well. God, what's up with what is up with Viz? Was actually anywhere else in this chat that actually hints at anything? Though I do actually wonder. What I do actually wonder is possibly as well. What if, like, Denji's saying, look, everyone wants my heart rather than actually me, is him breaking away from that kind of, I guess, that hold, essentially? Because after that entire point, a lot of how Denji acted has changed. Because he's even kind of like, he's more familial now, in a way. Like, he cares more about everyone else rather than just what he wants, essentially. So there could in theory be a hint that was essentially him breaking out. Possibly also. But I still maintain, my philosophy is that at least the beginning part of this manga, up to the point of Reze, was him controlled by Makima. Makima knew what he wanted. She kind of said, don't worry, it will happen at some point. It's again, holding on to that whole NC dream, trivializing it to the point that it's basically like a non-existent concept. And then possibly Reze was the thing that Makima didn't actually think of that would actually happen. Or did she? Hello, how's it going? So that's my philosophy, at least. Only because, again, this is hinting at the whole entire idea of the brain halo, as well. Volume 7 is hinting at the whole brain halo thing as well. So it's just things like that are kind of like it's small hints at what is otherwise kind of a possible bigger picture of this whole entire manga that's otherwise kind of not been a very visible thing until right now. Granted, again, it could in theory just be absolutely baloney. I don't know. That's just my interpretation of at least how this whole entire thing's transpiring. I wouldn't know. That's the problem. I wouldn't know essentially how you could think of that. How you could in theory think of it. Essentially, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, at least now also we've got confirmation that at least now we know, say the words correctly in the end, Jesus Christ, that Kurose and everyone else actually was an inside job as well. So possibly their death was a means to an end for Makima, that actually kind of then possibly she knew this actually was going to happen. Who knows? That's the other thing we don't know. Maybe everyone dying in this manga was a predetermined thing because she knew at some point this was actually going to transpire. Because again, there's just way too many, like, not in a sense conveniences, but in the sense that there's been events leading up to this whole entire moment makes you wonder whether or not she knew that this was going to transpire or not. But then again, it goes to the whole entire other idea of what does she truly want? Does she want control? Does she want the gun devil for Japan? Is there more to it? That's the thing. Because we know what the gun devil actually can in theory do. We understand the actual importance the gun devil actually has upon the actual world, but we don't necessarily know fully just yet what in theory might transpire if one nation gets it. We know what transpires when one nation has it, because now we've seen it. So, going back as well, what if possibly what killed Aki's actual family was also their chance to kill Makima? I don't know, because again, it kind of makes you wonder what was going on at that point in time. I don't know. Is that a possible theory as well? They were trying to kill Makima at that point as well, but they failed. So that was possibly, and then possibly another nation actually was trying to kill Makima. They failed, and then America got control of it, and actually then America said, "Well, fuck, man, this is in 2 and 10s. We're going to put us under lock and key until it's actually very much needed. We actually can infer to control it." And this was the point, because Makima's getting too powerful. Again, we don't necessarily know truly just yet every single infinite detail about Makima. Makima's yeah, we don't necessarily know every single infinite detail about Makima's actual presence in this entire storyline, because again, she shows up in chapter 1 with a bunch of dudes, and that's the entirety of the context we get on her. Then we know that she works for the entire, like, where she works currently. Now we know she's a control devil, so it's kind of like, I don't know whether or not previous chapter actually has any details as well. Let's have a look. More than what we actually know already. No, that's the problem. It doesn't really have anything else. Yeah, so I don't know. It's one of those things that it's up in the air, essentially. Like, every single, like, detail that's been otherwise associated now with the Gun Devil and Makima is now up in the air, because it could be one, it could be the other, or it could be a third thing we don't actually know just yet. But the other major thing that's actually currently going on is Denji. Denji is the other, like, problem we have currently, because we don't necessarily know Denji's actual kind of, like, well, we know what Denji's gonna do technically. Whether or not it actually doesn't fully get changed, because we don't know what's gonna happen. I don't think it will. We don't necessarily know what Denji's gonna do, or who's actually behind the door. That's the other thing we don't necessarily know. Is it what's it called? Is it Friday or Sunday again? Let's have a quick look. No, it's Sunday. God damn it. That's the thing, we don't know who it is. I maintain it's either gonna be he expects Aki, but Aki's dead. So we know Aki's officially dead at this point. The only person who could in theory be behind the door is Kabeni or Kishibe, because Kishibe is the only other character that wants Makima dead, essentially. So we understand, we know he wants her dead. Hello. God, that's actually quite late. I should actually probably say hi gozaimasu then, shouldn't I? Technically, it's actually morning. So we know someone important has to be behind the door. But the only person who's actually kind of got any beef with Makima at this point, well, besides Kobeni, we might imagine, is Kishibe. Kishibe is the only other character that actually has any importance in this entire plot when it comes to Makima, besides Kobeni. Or I guess we got Octopus Dude as well. I mean, it could be Yoshida as well. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. I don't know, because we have to. It's people that's otherwise kind of got something on Makima. That's the thing. We have to kind of narrow it down to. We have to narrow it down to people who otherwise would in theory have beef. What's the left field territory, my boy? What is it, boy? Ooh. That's good. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. There's characters, yeah, because yeah, he quitted then, so that's a good theory to actually him to come back. He's like, by the way, Makima, she's evil. So that could in theory be true. It's just we have to narrow it down to people who would otherwise associate with Makima, and then on top of that have beef with her. That's the two things we got to think about, because otherwise, if say some rando just comes in and goes, by the way, bro, Makima, she evil, it would be like, okay, how do they know? We know that Madoka actually has at least some info about Makima because he quit afterwards. We know Kishibe does because Kishibe understands who Makima actually is, we think. And then we also left field theory as well, that who knows what if 20 actually comes back, like out of nowhere. 20 actually just comes out of nowhere, just like, by the way, I'm not dead, even though she clearly is dead. You never know. More baffling things actually happen in this manga at this point, because she did kind of die just out of nowhere, like, bro, dead essentially. So I don't know. It could be all of them as well, but that's the problem. But why would Pochita then say don't open it? That's the other thing to note. Like it's the one thing that maybe Pochita actually is evil. That's the other thing we don't necessarily know just yet. It would actually be a possible kind of like other theory that maybe what if Pochita actually has more to do with Makima than what is led on to believe originally as well. I mean, it could. Would she probably just kind of just teleport from there to there though? That's the other thing to know. I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem. That's the problem we've got currently. I guess we don't necessarily know. We don't necessarily know who could be behind said door, and whether or not that then changes once again the perception you have on certain characters. That's also the other issue we have currently. Like it's one thing to theorize. Okay, that's clearly what's going on here. But then also, it might then change perception of actually how you see a character, because Pochita clearly is saying don't open the door. So clearly someone behind that door is important. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know who to trust, because clearly the door is now important. This front door that's out of their house is the most important like piece of information we have, because Pochita's basically saying, hey mate, don't open that door. And then it's kind of like, but then if Pochita's saying don't open the door, who's behind it? So that if it's no one behind that door, Pochita's evil. If someone does in theory open the door and then it changes perception, actually how we see what's actually happening beforehand, Pochita's the one we trust. But then can we trust Pochita? Still, that's the thing. Because we don't necessarily know everything about Pochita either, because there's been information this whole entire time that's constantly changing Pochita's actual involvement into the entire plot. So this could in theory once again be that point that changes how we see Pochita once again. That's the problem with manga at this point. Like, it's not really a problem. It's just how Fujimoto writes. He essentially kind of gives you like the most tiniest, weeniest bit of information that kind of makes you just go, what? Yeah. He's like, who the fuck is behind the door, boy? Open the damn door. This is almost as worse as the goddamn what's it called? The shaft in Lost. This is like the shaft in Lost all over again. Oh god damn it! Or the Red Room from Twin Peaks. It's all that all over again. God. Because Fujimoto's been doing this beforehand, because Fire Punch actually had the exact same kind of like, what the fuck, boy, what's going on here? And now we've got the same point in Chainsaw Man. It's kind of like, boy, what's going on here? Just tell me, boy, I need to know. I don't, I'm scared. So, I mean, yeah, and then we've got to wait until Sunday to find out. As if we find out anything, because we might still just be stuck at square one still, just theorizing who could possibly be behind this damn door. It's like goddamn Family Fortune at this point. Or what's the one with doors? Is it Family Fortune? I can't remember. But it's one of them. So it could. But then we're still stuck at square one. We have one bit more information still, but it's still like we're still stuck at square one. It's just we're not kind of getting anywhere. Fujimoto's giving us more questions and answers, and his answers give us more questions. The boy's a riddle. The boy's an unintentional riddle. Constantly, always, just giving us all the riddles in life. We just can't ever answer because it's just like, bruh, constantly. But God, I love this manga so much each week. It's just so good. It's just like you leave it like every single week. Bro. But yeah, that'll do it for today. I'm gonna go lie down for a long while and think about this chapter, and actually probably pass out thinking about it, because my brain will probably just cease all functions when it comes to Chainsaw Man. Who knows? I don't. Well, I'll be here next Sunday, patiently waiting the actual eventual conclusion of the door saga now. Who would have thought the most important bit of information is actually who's behind the door? It's like who shot JR from Dallas as well. It's the exact same kind of thing. But yeah, you actually have enjoyed this stream on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed it does something quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream, if you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube and doing free, leave a like on YouTube, because indeed it does something quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube and doing free, leave a sub, because indeed that's something quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube and doing free, leave a follow on Twitter, or join Discord as well, because both do help me quite a lot, and both will then tell you when new streams go live and any other streams I do as well. But until next time, some more Chainsaw Man. See you guys later. Bye for now.